today's project, we're going to be needing 2 crystal drops, about 9 by 5 millimeters, 2 pieces of 20 gauge wire, each at 2 inches and 3 1/4. We're going to need 10.5 inches of 24 gauge, and we're going to be twisting this. About 7 inches of 26 gauge, we're going to be wrapping our crystals with that one. And 18 to 20 inches of 28 gauge. For our tools, we're going to be using the electric drill to twist our 24 gauge wire with. We're going to be using our wire flush cutters, our chain nosed pliers, and our round nose pliers. You will also need a ruler or a measuring device, and a torch if you would like. I will also be using 2 3mm round beads and a beading awl. Okay everybody, I'm going to take our 10.5 inches of 24 gauge wire. I'm going to bend it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try and get it pretty close. Alright, and I'm going to make 2 little V's on the end. I'm going to adjust them with the chain nose pliers so they're nice and sharp. And I'm going to stick these in the end of the chuck. Let's loosen it up a bit. There we go. Tighten it down. Okay. Now on the other end I'm going to hold it with the round nose pliers. I'm going to turn the drill on. Alright. And you should be left with about 4 inches. Oh good. So we're going to loosen this up real quick. And now we're going to cut off the ends. And now we're going to cut this in half. So I'm going to measure it. Let's see. Got about almost 4.5, so I'm going to slide it down because this is how I cheat. So I've got about 4 1/4, and then you'll have a 1/4 left off this end. So then half of 4 is 2. Yeah, there we go. Pardon my awkwardness. Oh. Wire went flying. Go find the wire. There we go. And now I'm going to go ball up the ends of this wire with my torch. I'm also going to be taking my 20 gauge wires and I'm going to be balling up just one end. What I do is I hold them together in my pliers at the same measurement so that when I ball them up they'll be about the same length. Alright, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, these are pretty much the same length now. And these ones as well. I was very careful to get these. This is a little off, but it'll be close enough for our project. And I did forget to mention, but we're going to need a file, because we are going to file these ends. These ends are going to be the ear posts, so we are going to have to make them nice and soft and smooth, so they don't scratch anybody when they're going in through your ears. So I'm going to do that now. Alrighty, and now that we've got the posts softened, rounded, I'm going to mark them at, well, I'm just going to straight up bend them at 3/4 of an inch. Grab them with my chain nose pliers. And I'm just going to make a 90-degree angle. And now for the fun, crazy, hard part. We're going to take our round nose pliers and you're going to hold them this way. It's so I can show you guys. I'm going to put the round nose pliers right up into the 90-degree angle. You guys can see this way, and I'm going to use my thumb and push. And then I'm going to bring the curve around. So we've got this. Now, you can see it's not flat. So I'm just going to work it with my fingers to flatten it out as best as I can. There, that's better. Now do the same on the other side, only in the opposite direction. So pay attention to what you're doing so you can make it the opposite. There we go. I'm beginning this curve with my thumb, and to tighten it up and make it smaller, I'm going to be using a Sharpie marker. It wasn't quite small enough for my liking, so I grabbed a pencil. Okay, now I'm going to want this to curl on the inside. So what I'm doing is I'm turning the ball around. Can you see? And I'm going to curl it. Slowly and carefully. And here's what it looks like from the front. And here's what it looks like from the back. And now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Keep it rounded as possible. With this base, you can actually do many different earrings by adding different elements to them. Now we're going to be adding our spiral wire. Alright, we're going to be taking our Sharpie marker, or you can eyeball this, but I'm going to mark mine at 1 inch. It's not the middle. Let's see. There we go. We will be putting this mark with the short side down. We're going to be putting the mark about where the post is, like that, or you could also say it's about halfway between this loop right here, right about there. I'll show you. Right about there. We're actually going to start wrapping our 28 gauge right there. Okay, so I went ahead and wrapped one off screen. I hope you can see it. So now we're going to be doing the same thing on this side. Alright, we're going to cut 9 inches of 28 gauge wire. And leaving about, what, 2 to 3 inches? And I lied, we're actually going to start wrapping about here. Stick my tail in there. Right there. I'm going to wrap around about 4 times to secure. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I usually use my thumbnails and push them together. And now, we're going to be incorporating the twisted wire. You can see the mark. There's a long side and a short side, okay? We're going to put the short side facing down. Right about here. You guys can see that mark there. Alright, now I'm going to wrap this around the twisted wire and, I don't know, the main wire once. Can you see? And then I'm going to wrap this back around the main wire 2 times. 1, 2. It's not very tight, so I'm going to tighten it up with my chainless pliers. And now I'm going to wrap this one more time around the twisted wire, but this time I'm going to bring this way and I tuck it like that. And I'm going to grab this little loop there. Pull it back down. And grab the twisted wire and again to the main wire. And I can already tell you I'm going to need to tighten that up with my pliers. Just push that in a little bit. Wrap the main wire again. Okay. Now I'm going to wrap the main wire again so that I have 2 loops. Sorry, 2 wraps. Now we're going to curve this twisted wire and we're going to make another wrap, reaching out, grabbing the twisted wire and back down, and now twisting around just the main wire. We're going to wrap around the main wire 2 times, just like before, and grab the twisted wire again. And I'm going to slowly, patiently work this entire loop around. This is going to be the hardest part of this entire earring. Alright, I'm going to stop right here. This is what I've got so far. Now I'm going to make this into a little loop at the bottom. Get my wire out of the way. I'm going to bend this outward first and then inward. And I'm going to try and make this as tight as I can. I'm actually going to compare it to the other earring and see if I've got about the right spot. Hey, look at that. They are pretty darn close. Adjust it as I can. There we go. That's pretty darn close, I'd say. Okay. So now I'm gonna get that out of the way. We're gonna curve this around to be like that. And then I'm gonna curve this that way. See? Outward. I can grab that. It, compare it. Pretty good. I'm holding this part with my thumb so that I can push with my pliers and give it more of a curve and set it in there. There we go. And now I'm going to use this wire. I'm going to reach it up around this loop. Well, I can't do that, so I'm going to stick it through instead. Alright, I'm going to come this way, stick it through the big loop, and then I'm going to come down through there. Do that way. Pull it nice and snug, and then I'm going to wrap it 2 times right here on the main wire in the back. Alright, now I'm going to cut that off. Pinch it down nice and tight with your pliers so it's not scratchy at all. Alright, and then I'm going to make one final loop out on this. Cross it over behind. Now I'm going to take my beading awl and I'm going to make a hole right here. Just enough room to have a bead. I'm thinking right there. From the front. And now I'm going to put a bead. Now I'm going to tie it down right here. Sorry, there you go, guys. Just going to stick it through this loop, wrap it around, use my pliers. Once I've wrapped it around twice, I'm going to wrap it back around the wire right there. I'll show you. Bring it to the front. I'm going to bend it. See? Sticking it back through the back. One more time. Trim off the excess. And then we're going to pinch it down. I'm going to straighten this back part right here, the post. The main part of your earrings. Now we're going to we're going to stiffen up these posts back here by using our drill. If you have a hand twister, I would use that, but I don't have one right now, so we're just going to use the drill. Clean up my mess. Open it up a bit. This is where we're going to stick just a little bit in. Just a tiny bit. Move the camera. Chain those pliers. Hold onto the base of this. Let's see if I can do this backwards. Okay, hold onto the base nice and tight, and you're going to very slowly. That's all you need to do. As you can see, it doesn't really change the shape of it, but it stiffens it up a lot. That's all you need to do. That's really hard actually. Can you see the force I'm putting on this? And it's not really bending it. Alright, I'm going to do it to the next one. We're going to measure and cut these. And 1/2 inch is the standard length, so that's what I'm going to do. Oops, sorry guys. There we go. Right there. same length as the other one. So they're the same height. And there's that. This one, you straightened it a bit more. Okay, we're going to be filing these nice and smooth and round. Add the crystals. Here I'm just doing my normal twisted wrapped loop, and I do have a video on how to make those. It's a lot more detailed than this video, so I will link it below in the description area. This is really difficult to do in front of a camera, so I did end up taking it away off camera so I could finish it. The excess wire that you have when you're finished wrapping the crystal is what you will use to wrap your next crystal. Alright, and now I'm going to trim it and tuck it in. And you guys can't see. I'm going to tuck it in right there. Right where it's ending. See where that's at? Alright. Trying to peer through the lens of my camera. Oh, come on, pinch. Pinch down, go. This is the fun part, everybody. Yay! It went! Okay, everybody, these are the finished earrings. I had to go off camera for a few minutes because I was really struggling to wrap that one with a camera in my face. But yeah, so here they are finished with the wire wrapping. And I'm going to oxidize them and polish them, and I will be back in a little bit. Here they are, all finished and polished and shined up. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to learn how to make the necklace that matches these earrings, I will have a link to its source in my Etsy shop down below in the description area. Don't forget to subscribe so you guys can stay up to date to all of my future tutorials. Thanks, and have a great week.